Really fast vibrato. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host and guard of the Grace Note, Ken Levine. I'm a singer and vocal coach here on YouTube, and today we are looking at a cover of a Nightwish song called She Is My Sin by a Vietnamese singer by the name of Gao Tianhe. I didn't say that right, but I tried anyway. Before we do that, I'd just like to remind you all to remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the great stuff we do here every week on the channel. And if you're new, write I subscribed down below in the comments, and I will do my very best to reply and respond to as many people as I possibly can. Now, I've actually never heard this song, the original by Nightwish. So I'm interested because, of course, Nightwish has a lead singer, Floor Jensen, and Gao, I believe, is a countertenor. So that means he's a dude. Let's see what he does. How does he stack up next to our heroine, Floor Jensen? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
They're all impressed by just the opening. Laser lights. They put on quite a show here, don't they? Yeah, that's we're all like, what? Son of a Shostakovich. Okay, so this is a true countertenor, right? Dimash, he's a tenor who has access to all of those countertenorish tones, as well as a nice baritone as well. This guy is just exhibiting the Floor Jensen soprano sound, and I got to tell you, I remember I first encountered countertenors back in the 90s, and I always thought it was a bit of a parlor trick. It's like not something that you'd ever really want to listen to, but here it's back, and people are digging it, which is really, really interesting to me. I'm kind of in some ways I'm kind of glad that people are taking it seriously outside of the classical world, because the classical world, countertenors made a sort of resurgence, and in a big way, as early music started to be more formally embraced. Now, this is a bit nerdy, and it's going back a ways, but more formally embraced by classical music aficionados, and which was really, really cool to see this resurgence of all this really interesting Renaissance music that was traditionally sung by male sopranos, countertenors. And here we have it infiltrating pop music. All right, let's see what he does. Really fast vibrato. Definitely not singing in English. Whoa, what's that dude in there? He's rocking out. Okay. Can we just pause here for a moment? To all of you who might be watching, it's like, how the heck do these voices work? How do you have these two voices in the same body making such diverse sounds? And it's a trick of physics of how the mechanics of the vocal cords work. When he is singing in the countertenor range, he's only vibrating on the very edges of the vocal cords. There's a big hole in the middle, so you get half the distance vibrating. So that's how you get that higher sound. As the vocal cords thin out and become more tense, that's how you get a higher sound. There's another thing I want to point out about his vibrato, but we can get to that later. He's quite the showman, I gotta give him that. Is this part of the original song? Because this sounds like Chopin all of a sudden. Wait a second. Hang on. What happened there? Okay. All right. I was just sort of thinking, as I was watching this and the sound was coming through so pristinely with the orchestra and the band and all of that, I was like, are they playing this live or was this pre-recorded? And maybe it was. It doesn't matter. At some point he had to record it. And whether he was doing it live or not doesn't really matter, I suppose, if we're doing just a pure vocal analysis. I said that I wanted to touch on the fact that there's something going on with his vibrato that is kind of interesting. The Italians had a word for it in Italian, and I can't remember the Italian, but it was something along the lines of little goat. It almost sounds a bit bleedy. It's too fast and too wide for us to really recognize that as a singing tone. It's interesting that he has access to all those high notes. He goes into sort of like a Queen of the Night part of the song, which I guess you could start to see that the Dimash effect of all of these other people trying to sound like Dimash or do what he does within the scope of their own capabilities. And he can't beat the real thing. There it is. Okay, so now if you are a singer and you are wanting to mine the depths and explore the highs of your own voice and not quite sure how to do that, I strongly suggest you reach out to a vocal coach. There might be one living in your area. The best way to learn is one-on-one hands-on training. But if there isn't, there's lots of us out here on YouTube land. You don't have to work with me, but if you would like to work with me, I will be sure to leave that link in the description. You can get a hold of me on my Wizio page. And of course, as always, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you're new, write I subscribe down in the comment section, and I will do my very best to respond to as many people as I possibly can. Hey, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.